Hey, Belladonna Laveau here, the Archpriestess of the Aquarian Tabernacle Church, coming from the beautiful Mother Church in Index, Washington. It's good to get to talk to you this evening. I want to share a little bit about Demeter and what she has shared with us about COVID and the coming future. So 2 years ago, I held Demeter in Spring Mysteries, and she gave me some really powerful information about the future of the planet. She asked me to share her secrets and her message, and to travel around the United States talking to anyone that would listen to us, bringing her to the people and allowing her to tell us what she needed us to do to stay safe and well in the coming years. She told us that we had 1 year before things would be drastically different and that our food supply would be threatened. She asked us to know our food, to buy our food locally, to grow our food, to source our meat from local farmers, or to just grow the meat ourselves. She told us that there was going to be a leveling of the playing field. She said that the earth was controlled by dark forces. I was like, dark forces is a little dramatic, but she insisted on that word. And that she foresaw us having a battle that would be beyond our control. Not a war, but cataclysmic events that would change the face of the earth and would bring us back from what was impending extinction. So I did that, and we learned a lot from that. We learned things like Demeter sees our food as an equivalent to smallpox blankets because it's filled with chemicals and pesticides and GMOs that do not work naturally with our bodies and make us sick. We learned that she is very concerned about the amount of heirloom seeds that we are losing, heirloom species. The average age of a farmer is 65. We are losing our farmers, and we are losing species of foods to the commercialized industry. Instead of saving our seeds every year, we go and buy seeds from the store, and those seeds are usually infertile and perpetuate GMOs and do not keep our natural food source alive. And she's adamant that we need the natural foods because those support our health and wellness and well-being. We also found out that she wants us to live closer to her. She wants us to be able to grow our own food and have our freedom through her. She said that our freedom has been taken from us and we have exchanged it for a capitalist economy. That the money that we use has tricked us to believe that that's where our power comes from. And that we get our power from the government because the government gives us this money. And that we must kowtow to this system of oppression and slavery. And that she would desire for us to be free. And that true freedom is found in being able to control your food supply. As they take our food supply away from us, they take our freedom. When you don't have money to eat, when you don't have money to pay for a roof over your head, when you don't have money for electronics, you are basically oppressed and controlled. You must get a job and be slave to the man and do the things that need to happen in order to perpetuate your income. Demeter does not want us to live like this. She doesn't like the subjugation of the land and the animals and her people. So, 2 years later, we're looking at this pandemic. We're watching natural disasters overwhelm systems. We're watching them plow under our vegetables. We're watching them euthanize our animals. We're watching them pour milk down drains. She prepared us for this. She told us that this was coming, and she asked us to grow our own food. She asked us to prepare our food supply. She said, please, please prepare yourself so that you can make it through this. Dusty and I have spent a lot of time trying to raise money for Save the Seeds Foundation so that we can save the seeds with you. We've worked to mobilize the community to garden. We have planted our own gardens and tried to set a good example, even though it's really difficult because we are very busy. But Dusty always makes sure he gets out there in the garden and takes care of what he promised the goddess he would do, 20, 30 times when we went across the country while I was Demeter and he was standing by her side promising that he would do that. So he's lived up to that promise, and I'm proud of him for it. We're working on installing hydroponics and sourcing local meat. I encourage you to do the same thing. Take the goddess's message to heart. She has spoken to us directly through Spring Mysteries and through Eleusis. The goddess tells us that Eleusis is back on the planet because we need it. We have lost our way. We do not know how to live in harmony with her. And in the 30 years that I have been a witch, we are no closer to living in harmony with the land than when we started out. Although we strive and we desire, our lifestyle, our culture that our government has perpetuated, and our churches and our lifestyle, it keeps us from her. So listen to your mother. And take care of your food and find a way to live closer to her. Your freedom is in your food supply. Your health is in your food supply. Your future and your well-being is in your food supply. And that should be as close to natural as you can possibly make it. There's a problem with the way we're handling this crisis as a nation. There's a insurmountable enemy, for lack of a better word. When I was touring as Demeter, I never saw pandemic. I always thought there was going to be like a drought or something like that. I never saw pandemic. But everything that she told us to prepare for helps us right now. And I would not expect this to get better before it gets way worse. If Demeter has told us the truth, she expects there to be a leveling of the playing field. That is what she called it, a leveling of the playing field. She said that the powers that be are not in, they don't care about our well-being. They care about money. They don't care about our well-being. And that is opposed to what she wants. The world is the majority of the world, the power of the world, the people that hold the power, and a good bit of the population, as you can see, aghast at wanting everybody to rush back into work while there is no real guarantee that you won't get sick by doing so. Profits are more important than people. That's what she has said. Profits are more important than people. And that is not the planet she wants us to live on. So, take with that information and do with it what you will. Try to protect your people. Please be safe. We're not reopening churches at this time. We may find ways to reopen some churches in certain areas in the future, but it's not going to be okay, everybody, let's just throw the doors open and do it. It'll be responsible. But till then, we are building an internet connection, an internet community for everyone to participate in who wants to be a part of it. We're getting the ATC affiliates together across the world and providing the very best that we can as a collective worldwide institution. So stay tuned for rituals and devotionals. Devotionals are starting, I think, Sunday or Monday. Online devotionals for everyone in a private room for you to go to on the internet, not Second Life and not Facebook, but something very similar to what we did at Spring Mysteries, if you were able to go. And you'll continue to see different varieties of offerings, Zoom meetings, Facebook, different kinds of things that people are doing that can serve you and help you in this time of uncertainty. Reality is showing us that while we're separated physically, we're getting to do things that we've never been able to do before. We had more people come to Spring Mysteries than has ever been allowed to come to Spring Mysteries by double. We are going to be able to watch Litha at Stonehenge for the first time ever televised or on the internet. We are bringing each other closer as we are isolated, and we are finding ways to grow our community. This challenge is unique, and it's made us find unique ways to continue to live our lives. Necessity is the mother of invention. We will overcome this. But you should also be very smart, and you should also be very prayerful, and you should talk to the Great Mother and try to be as close to her as possible, because she misses you and she needs you and she feels separated from you. She feels that our lifestyles have separated us from her, and she wants to see you. She wants you to get out and play in the dirt. She wants you to garden. She wants you to sit in the yard and talk to her. Be with the goddess. You are on this earth to be a steward, to be a protector of the things that are here, and to care for it on her behalf. Do what you can to fulfill that role. I wish I had some really comforting words and I could say, oh, the goddess told me that this is all over with and we're going to be getting back to life as normal. But if you'll remember, life is normal. We were just headlong barreling into oblivion with pollution and a food supply dwindling and a way overpopulated planet. So these problems that we're facing, they're the natural consequences of our own actions. God's not out to get us. This is what we get for the lifestyle that we live as a global community, not you personally, but as a global community. And each one of us can take a stand and make a difference in how we live. We can't fix everybody out there, but the goddess isn't asking you to fix everybody else out there. The goddess is talking to you. The goddess is talking to you, and she's talking to me. And the choices that I make impact the whole world. And the choices you make impact the whole world. And if we can learn to live a different lifestyle, and we can teach that to our children, we can change the planet. That's what she's hoping for. Thanks for listening. I love you. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of your food. Prepare for a difficult future. Let's hope that we don't see it. Let's hope you don't need to be prepared for it. And let's hope you don't find a difficult future that you're not prepared for. I'll see you online. Blessed be.